Aries, how are you? Welcome back. This is your reading for April 2016. And I just wanted to let you know, quick shout out, my very, very best friend just started her channel, Shooting Stars Tarot. She's just started for March and it's growing very quickly, so be sure to check her out as well. I am going to do two readings, a love reading and a general, and this month I decided to use a different deck for my generals. This was the same deck I used in February. So this will be for generals, standard Rider-Waite for love. Okay, so here we go. Aries, your love reading for April 2016. Here we go. One more. See the top one. Okay, here we go. Aries, love for April 2016. Interesting. Interesting. The reason why I say interesting is because there are still a lot of work elements. Now, if I don't review my previous month's readings, but if I remember correctly, I think you had a lot of work energies going on, and I see that in a continuance here. I think you are really focused right now. You, not single or in a relationship, doesn't matter, but you really have your head on straight. You're thinking about things are clear, things are in focus, right? And you are able and are executing, not only just able, but you're actually doing it. You're able to create the things that you've set out to do. You put your head down, you go to work, you don't allow yourself to get distracted by things. Now, a lot of times love and the entry of love into our life can be, distracting. But for you, for whatever reason, I'm really seeing you just making things happen and taking your life, taking control of your life, taking control of your tasks, of your duties, of the things that you have set out to do. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is kind of an interesting energy for you, Aries, because she is very, it's an earth-like type of energy, right? It's very practical and methodical, and she is able to create things. She brings life. Wherever she breathes, she brings life, right? Wherever she puts her energy, wherever she puts her focus, she is able to make things grow. She harvests, she nurtures, and she reaps the benefits of those things that she sows. And for you to take on this type of energy is a really, really beautiful blessing for you right now, because someone who's just doing their own thing and someone who is able to produce things and create things becomes more attractive, right, to our existing partners, to potential partners. And it's usually during those times when you aren't focused on love so much that you just attract it to you. And I feel like that's really what's happening here, because here you are working, you're putting your head down, you're creating and making the things happen, the things that you want. And in between, you have the Ace of Cups, which is that universal promise that an opportunity may come knocking, an opportunity for love. So whether it's a renewal of a commitment or a breath of fresh air sort of being breathed into your relationship or someone new, I truly do see something coming your way, but only through you maybe not necessarily focusing on that. So I'm not saying don't think about it or anything like that, but it's just at the times when we least expect it. And it's very, very possible that this could be with someone that comes back from your past. Maybe, if you're single, it could be an ex-boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be someone from your childhood or from way, way, way back. Even a friend of an old friend, that type of thing. Some sort of nostalgic connection to times gone by. It's going to be a very sweet renewal, a very sweet connection. Typically the Six of Cups has that childlike innocence, when you were youthful and young and you were playing, cops and robbers on the playground at school or something like that, or the little girl trying to kiss the boy and him running away, playing chase, that type of thing. It's very sweet, very cute. Right? I'm trying to think of a different way to say it, but I think that you're going to have this sort of rekindling in your life, rekindling with an existing partner, a long-term relationship, or someone that comes back, someone that sort of maybe works the system a little bit and makes his way into your heart. What's interesting is I think you have had a lot of back and forth, right? I don't remember all my Aries readings that I've done, but I think the Aries energy in general does have a lot of push-pull, right? You are a fire energy. You are the first sign in the zodiac. You're the quick start. You're the infant of the 12, and you tend to have a lot of you focus on a lot of different things a lot of the time, and for you to be able to focus on one thing, or focus on your work, or focus on something that you're interested in. It doesn't necessarily have to be your career, but a hobby or a nonprofit that you volunteer for or something like that. I think that that duality that you sometimes tend to have, or that focus being here and then there and then here and then there, I think it tends to be a really solid month where you truly are just focused on one thing, where you truly are focused on yourself and on your goals in a good, positive way, not in a negative, selfish type of way. And the Chariot too is also a sign of victory and success in a situation, and ultimately I think you are going to be seeing some success in your life, in your love life. Specifically, this is a love reading. I think whatever connection this is, whoever this is, like I said, there is going to be a level of commitment. The Hierophant, the Chariot, both very, for me, the Chariot, that reminds me of like a pharaoh, right? The pharaoh and then the Pope of the church. So you have two magnanimous leaders of two very different types of organizations that are sort of leading your month. Again, this is a short-term reading, but they're sort of leading your direction, and the Hierophant is also a symbol of tradition, and I love that it's here with the Ten of Pentacles, because this is a very traditional concept. This is the concept of marriage and settling down and creating a legacy and building something for the generations to come. This is a very, very beautiful card, coupled with your wish, the wish that you have for your life. The Hierophant, the one that makes it happen, the leader of that institution, the leader of that idea, of that goal, of that ambition that you have for yourself. And here you have something beautiful coming in, a reconnection, rekindling from someone from the past, or a rebirth, a renewal of your romantic connection with your existing partner, with a symbol of victory, a symbol of success, and two very godlike entities that are leading you, that are pulling you in the right direction. And truly, this is because you have set certain things in motion for yourself, because you have decided to make things happen the way that you want them to happen. And that makes you a very attractive candidate, okay? Now, I'm not going to say that it's not going to be a lot of work, because I do have the 10 of Wands here. These are, wands blossom, right? All the wands in the tarot, they all bear fruit, right? They all have their leaves, but this load is a little bit clunky, this load is a little bit clumsy, but it's something that you're willing to put forth effort. It's worth it. The end result, the end level of happiness, the ultimate dream, the goal, the ambition that you have, there's no doubt in your mind, there's no doubt in my mind that you're willing to do whatever it takes. If this is someone from your past coming in, this is a symbol to me that you might really want to make it work, that you might really try. If it's an ex-lover and you had a difficult time with them, I don't see any types of negativity other than this Chariot, like that push-pull, maybe your heart versus your head a little bit, yourself versus yourself versus the idea of being a part of something bigger, individuality versus being a part of a culture or a society. But ultimately, whatever it takes, you will do it. You're in production mode right now. You are making things happen. And in your love life, this is an incredibly positive thing to have. It's an incredibly positive energy to have. It's a great attitude. And it's something that will serve you for the best. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull out some more cards, okay? Now remember, I am doing 3 cards instead of just 1 as well. I'm going to try not to shuffle so much, but it needs to feel right to that top one again. That top one keeps talking to me for you guys. So 5 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. Interesting. Well, these are interesting cards to pull out. A little bit on the opposite side, a little bit not quite what I was expecting, but that's okay. 5 of Swords is sort of like the empty battles. Now I'm wondering if this might have been someone, someone coming in, or your existing partner with whom you have had some struggles, with whom you've had, you've had things, okay? You've had things come in between you. This actually kind of makes me feel like this might be an ex-lover, not necessarily on the friend level, or it could be, of course, if you're in a relationship, indicative of your current partner. But if you have been experiencing some issues or some arguments or just a little bit of hastiness and rashness and especially toward one another, or if you did in the past, I feel like it is going to put you a little bit on guard when this person comes back. You are focused, you are doing things, you are creating things. So when this person comes into your life or makes an appearance and sort of make some sort of an offering to you, potentially. I don't have necessarily a card of that offering, but potentially have an offering coming your way. I'm wondering if you aren't going to be a little bit on guard because of some of the things that you've been through in the past. These are things that can be frustrating, and it feels like you never win and they never win, and it's always kind of a lose-lose type of thing. But for me, this card can also represent the victory over those things as well, and overcoming those adversities, the past adversities, and but it still might put you a little bit on guard, a little bit protective of your heart, a little bit protective of the world that you are creating and that you are trying to create here with the wishes that you've set forth for yourself, and all the time and energy and effort that you've spent putting things together and making your life the way that you want it to be. It's very natural for you to be a little bit closed off, but keep an open mind. Don't completely write it off as, especially if this is an ex-lover and it's someone that you don't want to come in and you don't want to go through those same things again. But keep an open mind for the things that they're telling you. Keep an open mind about the possibilities, because the universe is promising you there is potential there, right? There is a place for growth and a place for change, a place for renewal. And that renewal, while it may seem a little bit scary, and while you might feel a little overwhelmed at the amount of work that it might take in order to really bear the fruits of that, just don't cut it short unless you have very specific reasons in which to do so. Just be sure to examine with as much objectivity as you possibly can. Queen of Pentacles is a very objective type person, kind of like the Queen of Swords. She's emotional. We all have emotions, but she's not so overridden by her emotions that she cannot see things clearly. Again, a very practical energy, a very logical and straightforward type of vibe, right? And that for you, I think, is something important. That's something that you might need to draw out of yourself in order to properly examine the possibilities here. So that being said, that is your love reading. I am going to go ahead and let me just throw these back in here. But I am going to use my other deck for your general. Now, I had a lot of requests for this last month. I didn't think people liked these cards, so I got a lot of comments about it, but I love this deck. A lot of people didn't like them, but at the end of the day, it's more about what inspires me. So this is going to be your general. I'm not going to do it every month, but this will be your general reading for April 2016, Aries. So here we go. Aries general energies. Okay, one more. Okay, Aries, here we go. That top one again keeps slipping. The Magician in the center, Strength, the Three of Coins, the Hierophant, again, a lot of big picture type of stuff happening for you, the Artisan of Wands, the Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, the Hero of Swords, And the Ten of Wands. Okay, let's see. Again, the Ten of Wands in that exact same position. I think you really do have, you have things in front of you. You have a lot of work cut out for you. Okay, there's certainly not, it's not going to be an easy type of next 30 days for you, or next month or 2 months. And I'm not going to say it's going to be terrible, because that's certainly not what I'm saying. It's just going to be a lot of work, a lot of emphasis put on effort. Okay, if you want something, you have to make it happen. You have to exert that energy. Now, the Magician is that magical, aha moment, right? This is the burst of inspiration that you have, that is given to you as like a blessing, right? It might come as if from nowhere, about what it is that you want from your life, what it is you want in any area, career, romance, family, whatever that is. There's going to be a moment that strikes you. Now, that's just, I mean, that's kind of one concept in and of itself. So let me kind of tie it in, because you do have the Hierophant again. So again, another recurring concept for you, that idea of the big picture, that idea of the legacy, and what is it you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to build? You have Three of Cups, Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles, okay? And the threes I love, because threes are associated with the Empress, who is, you know, it's giving life to things. It's things are being born in this moment, whether it's potential for a new season, a new love. You know, the Three of Cups is a very light-hearted card. I don't know if you can really see these. It's a very light-hearted card. You know, it's about friends and being social and going out and having a good time, and, you know, and sort of allowing yourself to feel free, allowing yourself to feel unburdened if you can. Three of Coins, that idea of creativity and creation, bringing life into things, and taking all the life experiences that you have acquired over many, many years, and using those as leverage into greater things, greater purpose. I'm not necessarily seeing like that this is really a career reading or a family reading, which I'm realizing now the general readings often don't speak in one way or the other. They, more often than not, they're just more general energies, but it can tie into lots of different things. Right now, again, a reinforcement of your perseverance, strength. You are taming the beasts in your life, the things that have plagued you in the past, whether it's boyfriend issues, or picking the wrong guy or the wrong girl over and over, or whether it's dealing with an ill family member, or whether it's, a promotion opportunity at work. There are things in your life that need taming, that need control. You know, if there's like a passionate part of your life, you have the strength to attain what it is that you have set out to do. And there are no mountains that are immovable, right? I mean, we can create and we can be so many things if we put our mind to it, and it takes strength, willpower, and perseverance to do that. That is your essence. That is your energy this month, and I saw that in the last reading as well. The Eight of Cups is kind of an interesting card, because for me it tells me to be here with the Magician, the Magician, that new beginning, okay, boom, there it is. Here's a new inspiration, a new idea, a new love interest, a new passion, whatever it is, boom, here it is. Coupled with Three of Coins, the ability to create it, not just be inspired by it. It's not just an idea. you have the power to create it and to become a part of that bigger picture, to take the next steps in order to attain that bigger picture. The Hierophant often represents things that are bigger than ourselves, right? That idea of family, that idea of being a part of, I always use the word institution, but like if you work for a corporation, it's being able to really be a part of that corporation and to really make a difference there, right? To bring ideas to the table and to make changes where changes are necessary. It can be a family, if you have a family, you have children, it's your place in that family, in that thing, I don't know, in the institution of family. The Eight of Cups, whatever it is that you thought you wanted, or whatever it is that you might in the past or have been sort of drawn to, things that have been recurring themes in your life, perhaps, I think you're really moving away from that. You're really finding a solid ground. You're really stepping out on your own and making those things happen for yourself. This is one of my favorite cards, not the imagery specifically, but the Eight of Cups itself, because it's showing that strength. That it's an 8. Okay, so you have the 2 8s here. It is that moving forward, and it is that forging ahead, creating our own path, again, making a dent, making an assertive presence in whatever the big picture is, in our neighborhood, in our company, in our family, in our relationship, whatever it is, you're making a dent, you are forging ahead, and you are making things relevant. Okay, you're making your presence relevant to yourself and to those around you. Artisan of Wands, Hero of Swords, this truly is you. This is an image of an architect, right? An architect who has created things that has, it's a Roman or a Grecian architect who's built buildings that have lasted thousands and thousands of years. And, maybe not thousands and thousands, but thousands of years. They made a dent. They made an impression on the planet. And today, modern society, we are influenced by these people. These are the people that shape our future. And I really believe this is you and your energy, and you have an electricity about you this month. An electricity and a lightheartedness and a joy and just a really positive essence about you that is so attractive and so, it's so magnetic. And I think you really are going to have like a really great month. And I don't really have a lot else to say. Your Hero of Swords here directly connected with you. This might be the person, your significant other, the person coming back, maybe an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, maybe not, but someone who is both has a sense of duty, both has that soldier or warrior-like, going out and accomplishing things and getting things done, and again being a part of the bigger picture, being a part of the bigger system, the bigger machine, someone who has influence over that, but also has a very sweet, kind-hearted, romantic nature about him or her. It could really be, and the fact that you're all tied together, I think this is a very light-hearted connection that you have. And this could be a friend, it could be a mother or father, it could be a lover, or potentially someone at work, someone that you're socially connected with at least, because 3 of Cups here. it's possible that they have an influence on you. And I do feel like this actually is more in the romantic realm, because we have this in the exact same position. We have the Hierophant, and this is directly connected with said person. So let me go ahead and pull out 3 more cards as usual. I don't like that one. Okay. Here we go. And the top one. Okay. It's calling to me. It's calling to you. The Empress. Ooh, I love this Empress. The 5 of Cups. And the Ace of Coins. Again, the Ace of Coins, or not again, you didn't get it last time, but the Ace of Coins, can you see this? Yeah, is really the, I love this card, a woman in a beautiful garden. It's your opportunity to really make something grow, to really make something out of yourself, to really, and again, you had the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Coins, you have the Magician, like the ruler of the aces, right? That strong entrance into something new. It's like a launch pad into some new realm, some new phase that you're about to really take. It's like taking the bull by the horns, right? I would expect some really positive things. And you, the Empress, but the Warrior Empress, I don't know if I said this in the last time, but this particular deck has 2 Empress cards. Originally, the Empress was seen more as a counterpart to the Emperor, right? A more military-like entity. Over time, she morphed into the more nurturing Mother Nature, Venus creature. But here, and I have both of those cards in this deck, so here she is the Warrior Empress. She is making things happen. She's out there, she's strategizing, she's a very strong character, again, male or female. And I love that even too with the Artisan of Wands. There you are, perfect with the Hero of Swords. You are making your mark. This is your month to truly, truly shine. But I think you have some 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups. There are some emotional elements here. There is some chemistry happening where you feel an allure to the past, okay? I saw that with the 6 of Cups and now the 5 of Cups. There is some connection to the past. There's something that you're looking back on, but I don't see it necessarily you getting so distracted by it. And if anything, you know, you are moving on, or you are taking the steps to move on, to move away from it. But ultimately, just remember, just a little piece of advice, remember not to get so caught up in things that were, or the feelings that you felt, or the emotions that were felt before, whether it's with a lover, whether it's with a family member, a coworker, whatever, because you have beautiful things right in front of you. You have the power, the strength, the Empress, the strength, the Artisan of Wands. You're making your mark on this world, and this is a month to harness that. So don't deny that opportunity, and don't reject that opportunity by not taking hold of it, okay? I think that's it for you, Aries, this month, April 2016. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next month. Thanks.